Hello everybody, what is going on? Jimmy here back with another video. Hope you guys are all doing well. Today, my friends, we have some information to talk about that's actually really exciting. So today, my friends, we now know that basically Sony is working on something to combat Game Pass, and it's not just like what they have now, PlayStation Now. It's actually something good. Maybe it's a revamp of PlayStation Now. We don't know what they're going to call it. Basically, there is something changing and there is something happening there for the PlayStation consoles to receive some sort of a service that is similar to Game Pass, because let's be realistic here, PlayStation Now is nowhere near as good as Game Pass, and this is coming from someone who likes PlayStation on average more than I like Xbox. But let's be realistic here, PlayStation Now is nowhere near as good. Basically, I got this news from thegamer.com, and I'm going to read you all what's going on with this, and then we're going to discuss it afterwards. PlayStation is reportedly working on a response to Xbox Game Pass. The news comes from former God of War director David Jaffe, I hope I said that right, who cites anonymous sources at Sony. Xbox Game Pass is arguably the most popular subscription service in gaming, offering hundreds of titles at one low monthly cost. Millions of players have signed up for Game Pass, which continues to add more value every single month. Previous statements from Sony led fans to believe that a similar service would never make an appearance on PlayStation consoles, but it seems that might be changing in the future. During a live stream earlier this week, Jaffe made some interesting statements about Sony's plans. We had the guy on the show yesterday that made a petition to fire Jim Ryan, and I was like, dude, that's way too premature, because Jim Ryan doesn't owe anybody, Sony doesn't owe anybody the truth about what's coming and what their counterpunch to Game Pass is. Jaffe goes on to clarify, what I can tell you is, I know they are doing some stuff because I know people at Sony who have told me that they're doing some stuff. There will be a response to Game Pass. What it is, we don't know. So that's basically what he had to say on the matter. I paraphrased some of that, so it's not exactly 100% like one-to-one quoting there. I definitely got rid of a few sentences in there that didn't really, add anything to it in terms of what we're talking about, but I really thought this was something good to talk about, because with all the negativity that's been surrounding Sony lately, it's nice to see them actually try to do something that isn't going to ruin people's opinion on them further. Considering how many horrible decisions Jim Ryan's been making, I feel like, honestly, do I think he needs fired? I agree with the statement that the former God of War director said. I think it is too premature to know 100% if he needs fired, but has he been making some really stupid decisions and looks like a fool compared to Phil Spencer? In my opinion, absolutely. Phil Spencer looks like he's got everything together. Jim Ryan kind of looks like he's fallen apart at the seams in terms of how organized they are and how they have everything going on there, but that's just my opinion. You can feel free to have a different opinion. I totally understand if you do. But overall, I think that this is really great, and I'm hoping that Sony allows us to play some of the games that they just took away from us. Maybe this is part of it, because we did hear further rumors that the PlayStation 5 is going to be now updated with backwards compatibility. We don't know if that's 100% true yet, but I would assume it probably is, and it probably has something to do with this Game Pass counterpunch that the God of War game developer was talking about, because I think that, Sony definitely needs to do something. The value that Xbox is giving, yeah, they may lose this console generation, but trust me, when the Xbox Series Z and the PS6 come out, Xbox Series Z is going to sell way more, just because of the fact that people know that it's a better value, and they know right off the bat that they're going to have stuff to play day one. Not saying on Sony you don't have stuff to play, but it's all stuff that you have to pay for in terms of if you didn't have a PlayStation Now subscription. But basically, Game Pass lets you download these games, and you know what? On your new console, you just play them again with the higher frame rate. It's going to become like a thing that they're going to try to sell even to PC gamers. Like right now, you can get it on your PC, and it's just overall just super amazing, and it's just way better of a deal, way better of a value. It's overall just way better than PlayStation Now. I mean, there's no way you can flip it that PlayStation Now is the better deal. There's absolutely no way. PlayStation Now is inferior in literally almost every single way to Xbox Game Pass, and that's not even coming from a hater's perspective. Like I said, I do like the PlayStation 5 more than the Xbox Series X, but you know what? I think this console generation is going to be a stepping stone to get them back to where they were. Maybe it takes them to the end of the generation, but I think Xbox is really going to try really hard to push forward and surpass Sony and Nintendo. I think they're going to try to dominate the console market, and I think that they're doing really good things to kind of get themselves there. I don't think that they've been making any bad decisions lately. Obviously, the main bad decision was releasing the Series X with like no games, but Sony released it with just a few games, so really it wasn't like the competition was doing really too much. Nintendo launched the Switch with basically Breath of the Wild. I mean, these consoles lately have been launching with games that are just like one or two games, like that are big. I'm saying, obviously, I know all three of the consoles launch with more than just like a couple games, but overall games people want to play, system sellers, stuff like that, there's really only like one, and Xbox didn't even launch with any. That's why Assassin's Creed Valhalla did so good on the Xbox Series X and S. But anyways, that's basically all I had to talk about in this video. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop me a like, comment, maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. That's all I had to talk about here. I just really think this is good news. I'm really happy to see what Sony has in the future for us. It'd be really nice to see it. Like I said, subscribe to the channel. And as always, Jimmy out of here.